I thought I'd do a really quick video. I'm home for the weekend, and this is the first time that I've laid eyes on the new SYIL X720. It arrived last September, and actually last October, and as fate would have it, I was called up to active duty and deployed with the Army. And this 6 months later, this is the first chance I've had to get back to the shop, and look at it, touch it. My family here has nicknamed this the time machine. I think my brother-in-law Gary is going to make some vital lettering, and we'll put TARDIS on the side or something. But it's beautiful, and it fits nicely in the shop. I'm pretty excited. And, you know, I have very limited knowledge when it comes to machining, milling, turning, but I'm going to learn. This shop is going to do a little bit of precision metal work to complement my analog approach with blacksmithing. So I'm really excited. And I think this is going to be the final resting place for the mill. So on the front here, you'll see this controller. It's a bit of a, I guess you could wedge this in between hobbyist and industrial use. This is a Siemens 808D advanced numeric controller. Lots of buttons. I've been learning how to use this. I've been programming or doing my CAD and CAM in Fusion 360. And then running, both processes, exporting the machine code, the G code, and then running it virtually from my laptop where I'm stationed right now. So I'm getting used to it. Doing the CAD work in Fusion 360 it's pretty easy for me. It's not too difficult. I'm sure that's mostly because of the easy that I'm doing, the easy projects. So here, this is the automatic tool changer. It's a umbrella type, 12 positions. I've got a BT30 spindle. Maxes out at 12,000 RPM. It looks really nice. The deck here, I believe, is about 8 inches by 20, 25, 27. I don't have it memorized yet. And I've got the good old Cosmoline coating everything. I'm not gonna touch it or clean it up until they come out next fall to commission it. So SYIL has been very good with me, great customer support, very responsive. They've basically held off on starting the warranty until I get back from my deployment. Very happy about that. I believe this is the coolant reservoir. Yeah, lots of Cosmoline. Haven't seen this much Cosmoline since I bought a Mosin Nagant. No, that was a mess. So yeah, this is great. I believe it's all wired up for, well, that's shut right now, but it's all wired up for 4 axes. Is that how I say it? This is interesting. This says coal mining use only. Well, I'm not mining coal, but I guess that's spec'd out. Here's a transformer. I've got a rotary phase converter in the big garage where I park the truck. This runs on 380 volts, I believe, 3 phases. So I have I believe it's a 15 horsepower rotary phase converter, which doubles the horsepower required for that I need to run this mill. So it should be plenty. And down the road, I'm planning on getting other 3-phase machines. Probably have a 3-phase air compressor. In addition to this, I'm probably gonna get another big blue item This is the 50-ton big blue press that I have, and boy, this thing is great. Something magical happens with 50 tons. It's foot pedal actuated, and it is awesome. Really saves the arm, work on the arm. Big old filter on there, and reservoir for the hydraulic fluid. It is a beast. Other upgrades in the shop. This is the old forge I've been using. Works great. I actually have it tuned down to just using one of the nozzles. I save a lot of propane that way. But I did get this little what do they call this? Chili forge? Anyway, this is a beast. I think this is similar to what some other blacksmiths use. They use the exact same forge. And that will be, I'll have an actual tank installed outside, so I don't have to be dealing with these barbecue tanks. Yeah. So I think that's about it. The rest of the shop is a mess. Lori has kind of taken over in my absence. She's just got stuff piled up everywhere. That's her homemade painting booth. I bought her one, and she likes this one better. I don't think that I have posted anything. You know, I probably have 10 hours of footage welding up this metal table. But with the deployment, I'm not even finished with these 2 drawers. I've got the handles over on my workbench. But this was a fun project. Lots and lots of welding. But it turned out exactly how I wanted. Got a big piece of metal on top. It's actually fairly level, to tell you the honest truth. And then in here, this is some horizontal storage for long stock. You know, I can put round and square and flat and anything I need in there. It goes all the way through. So lots of storage. Here's another horizontal surface for storage underneath. That goes all the way through. Really handy to have around. And then I've got these casters. And you'll notice right now, you turn that red dial, takes all the weight off these wheels. But I can put it down on the wheels and roll it around the shop as I need to. It's not too bad. And then here is some extra, looks like I need to paint that, some extra casters I put on either side to just give the whole table more rigidity. I tell you what, I could take a class or 2 on welding. I think my biggest problem welding is my vision is poor. I gotta have readers in my under the hood while I weld. Otherwise, I just can't see the puddle very clearly. I think that's my biggest problem. So, anyway, it's been about 8 minutes of another boring video on Power Forge and Workshop. But thanks for sticking with me. I'm hoping, this time next year I'll have everything running. I don't know when I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna try and get back out here again and do a little more blacksmithing. Over the last day or 2, I've done a knife, I've done a nice cool hook, which you can see on Instagram or my Facebook page. What else did I do? Some more railroad spike bottle cap openers, so Lori can sell those while I'm gone. As you can, anyway, finished a few of these. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you when I see you again. Bye.